Austin. There you go, Patricia. I'm not gonna sing though. Nobody wants to.
No, I know. No one wants to hear my voice either.
There's good. That'll get people on. That's right. Come on.
No, we'll chase them away if we sing. At least I know I will.
Come on, guys. All right, there we go. Now we got people coming. All I got to do is dance? Really? Just gonna dance more often if people show up. Oh, what happened to my camera? Come on, there we go. All right, now we're going. You just mute your lines and you're coming on. Oh, yeah.
I love it, Heather. You started dancing and everybody jumped on. So
All
if
right.
everybody can make sure their lines are muted.
Got this. I'm gonna go get started. I had an e-shot, so I can talk really fast, so that's good. Guys, thank you so much for jumping on. I know we had a little bit of chaos at the beginning, so I appreciate you guys jumping on and coming back to me. Guys, if you can just mute your line, because I do not have control of that. Neil, if you can mute your line, please, sir, I would appreciate it. Okay. We're gonna get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our One Team Zoom. My name is Heather Greenhaw, and I am super excited to bring some that I hope that everyone finds some value in. Guys, if you can just keep your line when you're coming on, please. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. No, I can't do it. Neil, if you can mute your line, it would be great. Sounds like you're at a fun place, but we're all hearing it.
Heather, I'm going to have Danny mute everybody for you, too.
Oh, thank you, my dear. All right, guys, we're going to jump into it because we're running a little behind, and I want to respect everyone's time on here. So what I have tonight, I really hope it adds some value to you. I know there's a lot of people that really just want to be in crazy action right now, but sometimes we get in our head and we can be like, what do I even do? I don't even know what to do, right? Has anybody ever experienced that? Like, you want to be in crazy action, but there's so many things, and you ask yourself. So I'm going to bring tonight some action steps that you can take. I know, it's loud.
Hey, Heather, I'm going to help you out here since I'm not home. Can you claim, sorry guys, can you claim yourself as host? There we go. Now he's going.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you. That was probably Danny. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to bring you tonight some action steps that you can take to be in crazy action. This is something that I've shared with a lot of people, and it's just created a lot of activity, which is what we want. So I'm going to give you some verbiage tonight, and don't worry, I'm going to try to copy the verbiage into the chat so you can snap a picture of it, because I want you paying attention. I don't want you trying to write everything down, right? So don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna post it in there. And again, with the verbiage, guys, make it your own, right? This is just gonna be some suggestions, but feel free to make it your own. So I'm gonna bring you some action steps that are gonna bring you more leads. Everyone wants those, right? I'm going to bring you more people watching you, which is another thing that we want, right? And more conversations, which, guys, that is what's key, is the conversations. We have to be having multiple conversations a day, right? So I'm going to give you some steps in order and how to do that. So it's going to create momentum. Anyone want more momentum? Anyone? A couple of you. Patricia. Oh, thanks, Kenya. All right, good. More momentum. We all want more momentum, right? We got to get that energy up for more. Anyone have the e-shot? I mean, come on, I told you to have an e-shot or a BIA. I told you. Oh, look at my girl. She's got the BIA. Good job. I don't care that it's 6 o'clock. I just had an e-shot. We're ready to rock this. All right, so actions create momentum, right? Momentum creates activity, and activity is what's going to create a shift in your business. Everyone good with a shift in your business right now? We all want it, right? I think we're all on the same page with that. But remember, guys, here's the important thing. If you hear me say anything, you are responsible for that action. And that's where it starts. You have to put in the activity to do it, right? Because if you don't do it, if you don't do some of these things, It's just not going to happen. Okay. So if you can have a commitment of a level 10 to put in the action that's going to create the activity, that's what we're looking for. That's what you got to do. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you. I love being intentional. I'm going to talk to you about being intentional. So some of these things you might have been like, oh yeah, I've heard to do that. Oh yeah, I know how to do that. Oh yeah, everyone says to do that. But I'm going to put a spin on some of it. And it's all going to be based around being intentional. We have to be intentional. I know I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I've heard it so many times. Be intentional, be intentional. It's for a reason, right? We have to be intentional about what we're doing. What's the key word here? Type it in the chat box. If you've never been to one of my meetings, we're going to have some engagement here if you haven't figured it out already. Come on, type it in the chat box. I'm going to start calling people out if you don't. What's the word? I don't see it. I don't see it. Ah, there we go. Intentional. Yes, we have to be intentional, guys. We're doing this for a reason, right? So we have to be intentional with what we're doing. That's what it's all going to be about. It's not about just sending out friend requests anymore, right? No, that's not intentional. Hit and click send friend requests. That's not intentional. Just getting somebody onto our page, that's not intentional. We are going to be intentional. That's what's going to shift our business. So some of this, I'm going to be upfront. Some of this might challenge you, okay? Some of it might even actually make you feel kind of queasy. Or Sybil would say, if she's on, Sybil would say it might make you pee your pants a little bit. Just saying, okay? So be ready. It's guaranteed that some of this is going to make you feel uncomfortable a little bit. But ask yourself, how bad do you want that shift in your business? And how quickly do you want that shift in your business? Okay? That's what matters. I got you, Kenya. I got you. All right. So again, like I said, some of this you might already be doing, but hopefully I'm going to add a little bit of twist to some of it and really make a big impact. So I have a lot of notes on here. I want to make sure that I get it all to you. So we're just going to jump in. And again, I'm going to be copying the verbiage into the chat. So no worries there. I got you. Okay. First one, number 1. And I know everyone's heard this. Birthdays. Okay. Huge to be sending birthday messages. Facebook gives us these things for a reason. They want us to utilize them, right? They want us to be reaching out to people. So first thing is they give you birthdays. If you don't know where to find your birthday messages or whose birthday it is, reach out to me, ask me. I'll let you know. Because that's an easy way that you can reach out to people, right? It's their birthday. So here's some verbiage, and I'm going to copy it in the chat for you because it's all about being intentional. So what we're going to do is we're not just going to wish them a happy birthday. We're going to, hang on, and it's going to say that it's from Trisha because, oh no, it might say that it's from me. We're going to ask them a question at the end because that is intentional, right? So we're going to say, hey, Susie, and I highly encourage you to use voice messaging on these especially, on these first 2 especially, okay? So the first one is birthdays. Hey, Susie, I just noticed that today is your birthday, and I wanted to wish you a very special birthday. Are you doing anything fun to celebrate? What's that going to do? That's going to prompt a conversation, right? That's being intentional. What do we want to do? We want to have conversations. So this is going to prompt a conversation for people. That is what's super important, okay? Number 2, and I'm going to talk a little bit quickly because I don't want to run out of time here. I have 11 of these things, guys, for you. 11. So if you're ready to be in mass action, just hang with me here. All right. Number 2, and if there's any errors in the spelling or anything, I apologize because I typed it super quick. Number 2 is friendiversaries. Anyone see the little friendiversaries on Facebook? Again, this is another tool that Facebook gives us. Let's use it. So here's what I like to send to folks who is our friendiversary. Maybe. Hey, Susie, I just noticed that today is your birth, or no, wait. Oh, it didn't put a space in there. Okay, sorry, guys. Hey, Susie, happy friendiversary on Facebook. It's been 2 years already. I've loved seeing your kiddos' birthday pictures. How have you been? Right? We're going to be intentional. We're going to ask a question, right? I don't know how to put a space in here. Let me try. I don't think there's going to be spaces in here, guys. Somebody type something in there so there's a space in between. All right, so friendiversaries, okay? That's another very simple way that you can, thanks, guys. Very simple way that you can reach out to somebody, okay? Number 3, replying to stories. This is something that I hadn't even really thought about, which I know seems crazy, but I just heard the other day. So stories, we all know that Facebook has gotten more and more on, and you can use a lot of this on Instagram too if you utilize Instagram, just so you know. But stories are big, okay? They really affect our algorithm. They really do. But here's the key. You have to be responding and replying to stories and watching them to get your algorithm going too, okay? That's something I was not doing, I'll be honest and say. So what we can easily do is if we have a few minutes, let some of those stories play and heart some of them, you know, give them a thumbs up or whatever, and comment on them. But don't just comment, oh, hey, that looks cute, or oh, hey, that, ask them questions. That's what prompts a conversation. Ask them questions. So if they were just showing a great pair of shoes that they just got, hey, where did you get those, right? So make sure that you're replying to the question or to the stories and asking them questions, not just saying, oh, that's cute, or that's not prompting a conversation, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that. Everyone loves a compliment, by the way. Okay, so everyone's probably still feeling a little bit comfortable, right? Everyone's still feeling like, okay, yeah, I got this, I got that. Oh, all right, ready to dig in? All right, so here's the next one. Suggested friends and people that you may know, right? We all have seen that. Facebook will say, hey, here's some suggested friends or people that you might know. Yeah, well, we're utilizing that now, right? And you might have in the past, but here's a couple things. First, when you're doing that, I want you to keep your avatar in mind. If you don't know what an avatar is, which all of you should by now, let me know, reach out to me, right? It's who we're trying to target, who we're trying to attract, right? I like that word so much better, but it's who we're really focusing on that we would like to work with. That's our avatar, okay? So I want you to look at some of those suggested friends, and I want you to click on them and go to their page really quick and see if anything, and guys, don't spend a lot of time on this, don't get in your head, but see if there's anything on there that resonates with you, okay? Again, really briefly. So most people have the banner behind their picture or something on their profile picture or in their bio or even in their pictures that they can keep at the very top of their page. Very quickly, just look at those. And if there's anything on there that you might be like, oh yeah, I got that, all right, then we're gonna send them a message, okay? And here is the message that we're gonna send to them. And guys, I love emojis, so please pretty these up, these messages, pretty them up and put some emojis in there and make them all happy and go lucky. All right, so, hey Susie, this may seem really forward, I know, and I can totally understand if you think this is weird. I promise I'm not, but I somehow ended up on your page and I love it. Faith, family, and fun, some of my favorite things. I would love to connect and chat with you. You seem like someone I'd love to grab coffee with, though I think we're sadly a bit apart. Would you be open to a virtual coffee date to chat and see if there's some synergy between us and see how we can help each other? I'm looking for some specific type of people and I have a feeling you may be the perfect person. Okay, ooh, how does everyone feel about that? It's a cold one. It's a cold market, right? Definitely cold market, but it's a way to start a conversation. And guys, I can't tell you how many people have replied to this. I've had calls off of this post. This was, I think, an Erica Roethlisberger. I think this came from her. I've watched so much stuff, but this is something that's just putting you out there. It's top-down approach for sure, right? But putting you out there and trying to start a conversation with people, okay? But make sure that you are looking at their profile, because you can't say that you love their profile when you didn't even look at it, right? So make sure that you are taking something off of their profile and adding it into that message, right? We want to be real. We want to be authentic. And then what you want to do when you do that is send them a friend request, okay? So the great thing about these suggested friends are, if you haven't noticed or haven't utilized this, all of them, you can send them a friend request. All the ones that are going to be on that list, you can send them a friend request. Because how many people have like seen somebody or a post or whatever, and you go to their profile and you can't send them a friend request, right? And you did all that looking at whatever for nothing, right? Everyone on this list, you can send them a friend request. So it's so cool. Okay. So, all right. And you might not be able to see much of their profile too. I just want to mention that. If you can't see a lot of their profile, based on what you see, like if you, like for me, like I love my Jesus. So if I see a lot about faith or whatever, just on what I can see, I'll still send them something. But if you see some things that might be like, I'm not sure, and you can't really like look at their photos and stuff like that, just use your best discretion whether or not you want to reach out to that person. How's everyone feeling about that? Everyone good? I still got thumbs up. All right. That's my people. I love it. All right. Number 5 is if they have sent you a friend request. So how many people here utilize and go in there to see who has sent them a friend request? Everybody using that? Awesome. So here is what I send them if I got a friend request from them. Hey, Susie, thanks so much for the friend request. Just curious, did you find me because of my nutrition journey? Right? It prompts a question or a conversation. And it already is putting out there that you've had a nutrition journey. And they're gonna be like, what is that? Right? It creates that curiosity. So making sure that we're leaving with a question because it prompts that conversation, but adding in that nutrition journey piece, they're like, well, tell me more about that. And guys, it works. I'm just here to tell you. Okay. So all about creating that curiosity and starting the conversation. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more about your Facebook friends list. Who here has an updated version of their Facebook friends list? I can't see many of you, but everyone should have that, okay? I've got mine right here. It doesn't leave my side. Everyone should have it because, guys, Facebook gives us tools to use. Let's use them. So literally what I'm doing is I'm going through every single person and everyone's getting a message by one of these that I'm sharing with you. I don't care which one, but everyone's getting a message, okay? So highly encourage you to print off that Facebook friends list because when I first started this, again, I've been doing it for 3 years. When I first started this, guys, I was just friend requesting people, right? So I have people that I'm friends with on Facebook that I've never once even had a conversation with. I've never reached out to or anything. Why? Why does it matter if I'm still friends with them or not? You know, I need to be reaching out to them. So I'm going to share some ways to do that. So the first one is that if you are friends with somebody and you've had no contact with them, okay, you've not sent them a happy birthday, you've not reached out at all. So if you go to their profile and go to Messenger and there's literally nothing on there, here's what I'm sending them. And again, this is just going to be a reach out, okay? Because here's what you need to know too, guys. Not all conversations need to be about isogenics, but you have to be sending these messages with the intention that isogenics will eventually come up, right? Because we're not doing this for nothing. We have a mission, we have a purpose, okay? So if I'm reaching out to somebody that I've never had a conversation with at all, here's what I send them. Hey, Susie, I noticed we've been Facebook friends for a while now, and I've never reached out to say hello. I'm so sorry, and we'll do better moving forward. How has your week been going so far? Okay. Simple, just apology. Guys, people love apologies. I love apologies. Don't we all love apologies? It softens our own heart, right? When someone's apologizing for something. And so by sending this and then asking the question, again, being intentional. Now, if there was a past holiday, like after I did this right after Valentine's, I could be asking, how was your Valentine's Day, right? Or how was Christmas? How was your birthday? Whatever it was, right? I just noticed you had a birthday. Just ask a question to prompt a conversation. All right, number 7. This one is if you've been friends, but you've maybe have had a little bit of a conversation, not necessarily about isogenics, but maybe you've sent them a happy birthday, or maybe you were in a group with them at one point, another group, and you asked them how they liked the group. You know, like for me, I'm in Jeep groups and grandma groups and all that, right? So this is just minimal conversation that you may have had with them, but not an isogenics conversation per se. So this is what I would send to them. Hey, Susie, happy Tuesday. You just popped up on my timeline and I realized I hadn't said, oh, there's a typo. I hadn't said hello in a while. And since we haven't chatted more, I'm not sure if you know what I do. So I wanted to share with you that I'm super passionate about helping folks with their health. So many of us aren't happy with how we feel or look. That's where I was 3 years ago. But thankfully, so much has changed since then. If you or anyone that you know are ever looking for something, another typo, looking for something to help with energy, weight, sleep, workout performance, or anything else health related, I'm your gal and can help provide all natural solutions. I also love helping folks learn how they can have more time freedom and less financial stress as well. Here's a link to my private support group for you to take a look when you have a chance. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And guys, what I do with this one is first, I'm looking at the profile, right? I'm making sure they're not in any other health and wellness company or anything like that, but I'm literally attaching a link to my product page with this message, okay? If I've been friends with them for a long time and they're not associated with any other health and wellness company, I want them in my product page, right? And at the beginning, I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't adding random people into the product page. I will add almost anyone now, okay? So again, this is a little bold, right? It's not someone that you've had conversations with really about isogenics, but they've been your Facebook friends. They've been seeing your stuff here and there, right? So you're not a total stranger. This isn't really a cold market because technically you're friends, right?
Heather.
How are we doing? Everyone good so far?
Yeah, can you hear me, Heather? Liking it? Yeah. Quick question, girl.
Yeah.
Actually, just a thought. One message that I send out a lot that has been that's worked for me, because just like you said, I have a lot of Facebook friends. I don't even know how we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes they're isogenics people, but I don't even know because they're not really builders and they're not really branding themselves correctly. So a message I'll send out sometimes is, you know, I was going through my friends list, cleaning it up, and I saw your name, and I know you, but I can't remember how I met you. You know, and that just starts a conversation. And when they're isogenics people, I'm like, unfriend.
Yep. And that's perfect. Because again, it's just starting a conversation, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to come back and say, I don't know either. And then you can just start a conversation. So yes, I love that one too. That is perfect. But again, guys, if you are sending them a link to your product page, at least check out their profile a little bit. But like Trisha said, some of them are branded, not. But if you're friends with them though, I kind of dig a little deep before I send that link to them, and you'll typically find something that's making you go, maybe not. And if you see anything questionable, then of course I wouldn't send them this message. I would send one like Trisha just said. I love that one.
Yeah, okay. Heather, can I just add, like, you know, exactly, like looking to see those points of just hints that they might be into something else, especially if somebody has a lot of friends and they do have their company name on there. Those I just filter out and put them on the side, because I would not add those to my product page because, right, we don't want them to take some of our prospects away from our product page. But definitely, like, put those on the side, and it's like, ooh, those require a special message from me.
Anyone, like I said, everyone gets a message. When you're going down through the Facebook friends list, everyone gets a message. For one reason or another, everyone gets a message, right? Absolutely. And sometimes people feel kind of like, because how many of you have gotten random invites to groups? Like, I can put my feet up here, right? Like, I get random invites to groups all the time. So some people are like, I know how it makes us feel, like, oh my gosh, another invite, right? Sometimes I'm just like, oh my goodness. But here's the thing. These folks that we're talking about right now, we've been friends with. So it's not really random. It's not a cold market that you're really sending it to. We're Facebook friends, right? So it's not that random. And the majority of these you've been friends with for a long time as well. So, all right, number 8. Friends of friends, right? And some people are like, oh, yeah. But here's the thing, guys. This is called network marketing, right? Network. That means using your network, right? We love meeting other people. And I heard something the other day is that the best people that you can talk to about products are people that already trust you. And here's who already trusts you: your current customers, right? So reach out to some of their friends, right? Go on there and see if there are any photos or anything of them, because even if you have a conversation with those people, they're going to see you have a friend that's similar in common. And then that's also helping your current customers, because if you start a chat with somebody that they're friends with, then that can help your own customers, right? So network and use other sources, right? or the people that you're randomly friends with, but they look really interesting and fun, go check out their friends if they're not blocked. A lot of people have their friends blocked, but if not, go find who looks fun on there, right? And meet new people. Okay, that was number 8. Number 9, groups. Okay, so I know everyone's talked about groups and being in groups and creating friends in groups. Here's a couple things that I've realized that some people do or don't do in groups that really can benefit. I know when I first started, I was just joining groups, right? And I would just start like commenting on posts or anything like that. I highly encourage you, if you've never introduced yourself to the group, go introduce yourself, okay? That gives you some credibility, and you'll have people commenting on your introduction, and those are people that you can right away start a conversation with. But here's the thing is, when you comment on people's posts, or if you don't, but then you randomly send a friend request, people can go and look at the history that you've had in that group, whether you've been active and engaged or anything like that, and people will base whether or not they converse with you based on that sometimes. So go introduce yourself, make yourself vulnerable, make yourself relatable, and that's going to be a way that you can really, hang on, I'm going to mute somebody, sorry. That's going to be a way that you can have people relating to you as well, right? So I highly encourage you, if you've not introduced yourself before, I always go in, I introduce myself, and then when I am on people and commenting on people's posts, I will comment first, and then I always take that conversation offline, right? And take it into Messenger and just continue with whatever my comment was on their post, right? And so I always have great success that way too. All right, we're almost finished, and then we have some work it things. Number 10, using the list of people that are online. Has anyone seen, if you're on your desktop, when you're logged in, there's all those people along the right-hand side that show that they're online, that have the little green dots, right? Using those people, or if you're on your phone, you can go into where the little people section is, and you can see all the people that's online. Use that. Again, it's another incredible tool by Facebook. So I literally will just use that column to work. Instead of going down my Facebook friends list, I will actually use that list, because guess what? People are actually online. They're more prompt to respond because they're right there. They're online already, right? So use those. And again, it doesn't matter who it is. You can send them one of these messages that we just went over, okay? So use that tool, because it's so easily available right there for you, and there's a ton of people always online, and they're gonna be more prompt to react or respond to you right away. Okay, last one is use your news feed. Oh, I just got a message. This is gonna end in 10 minutes, so we're gonna really hurry. All right, use your news feed, okay? Commenting on posts, we all know that, right? We all know that we're supposed to be commenting on posts, but messaging people with a question based off of the post. This is, again, intentional. This is what I've started to do. So it's great to comment on posts. People love, don't you love when people comment on your posts? I know I do. But then comment on or message them about what you're commenting on, right? So if it's a picture of their kiddos, send them a message then and be like, oh my gosh, I just saw that picture. They're so adorable. They're getting so big, or whatever that post was, right? Again, it's all about being intentional to start a conversation. Or if you don't want to take it that far, at least ask a question in your comment on the post, okay? Questions are keys, guys. And I will tell you, I'm not one that has been doing this a lot, but by golly, I'm ready for my business to shift, right? Anyone else? So always make sure that you're asking questions. Those are key. That is what's key. That's what's going to really help with this. So a couple things. Guys, be prepared. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of ghosting, right? And that's okay. For anyone that's new that's listening to this, just know it's okay. It's part of the business. And here's another thing, guys. We are all, yeah, Kenya.
Heather, I'm not new, and my goal this week by today was to have 100 no's. I've gotten 122 no's, mind you.
Woo!
And I'm not new, so don't feel like, and I don't feel any type of way about it because I got 3 yeses, so that's the point, right? So don't feel bad about a no, just keep getting them. Like, make that your goal. That's what Trisha told me. To every week use my lead and action formula, and my goal is to get a no, because that makes you get on the phone, you know. So
I love that, Kenya. I love that. Absolutely. I literally have a sheet that I printed off of Google that has 100 tiny little circles, and I try to see how many I can get crossed off every day. And I'm a competitive person with myself, so I like trying to get more every day than I did the day previous. So just another thing, but you can Google it. So yes, absolutely embrace the no's, right? We're in a numbers business. We really are. Just like Kenya said, she 120 no's, but she's gotten 3 yeses. We're in a numbers business. So the more no's that you can get, the more yeses you will get too, right? And here's the thing, we all know, we've heard it 100 times, no does not mean no never. A no means no not right now, because all those no's that Kenya got, they're gonna be watching. So that's how you're gonna have more people watching, right? And we want that just as much. We'll hear all the time, we have people come back a year, 2 years later, and they're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm like, who is this person, right? So all those no's are people that are still gonna be watching, so just know that. And like I mentioned earlier, not all conversations have to be about isogenics, but just know that you're reaching out with an intention to eventually turn it into an isogenics conversation, okay? And be intentional, guys, with your goals like we were just talking about. I really wanted to point that out. I have a book with these little notebooks for anyone that loves composition books. There's 25 lines. If you use the top one, I try to get 25 new people every day, at least, okay? That's my minimum, new people. So suggested friends, friends of friends, all those I just went over. So be intentional about that. Get a notebook, be really intentional about it. And here's the thing that you can go get excited about. Be ready for some conversations. Just be ready, because it's going to happen. You're going to have a heck of a lot of things going on, all right? But again, that's what we want, right? And text replacement, is everybody familiar with text replacement? Hopefully you all have iPhones. I don't think you can do it on Androids. Text replacements, I have all these that I just shared with you plugged into text replacements, so you can bust out messages like crazy, right? Just change a little bit here and there. Don't get into Facebook jail either, so be careful of how many. And rotate, guys. I just gave you 11 things. Now, some of them you should do every day. Friend anniversaries, birthdays, all that good stuff. But rotate some of what you're doing, right? So that you don't get like bored or anything like that. Like I rotate all the time. Yeah, Kenya.
Only because I think it'll be helpful. What I did is I have an iPhone. So when you were talking, I voice texted each script and what it was for in my note. So now that it's automatically went to my text replacement, if you have iPhone, of course, already saved. So you can already do it. So you don't have to type if you're not a typer and feel like stressed out about typing it. Just use what you have. Also, the IsoLife app, ISO Tools app, just let me put this last script in there in the video right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. That is really, really cool. All right. And guys, the last thing is, remember that the work that you're doing right now, you might not see anything from it today, tomorrow, the next day, right? But it will come back. The work we put in right now, it will come back to you. It will pay off. So don't get discouraged if you're putting in all of this work and you're on fire and nothing right now is happening. Be patient. It will come back, I promise, okay? All right, so any other comments, questions, or anything like that? Because I think we have a few more minutes and I wanna give you guys a challenge right now. Any other questions, comments, or anything? Okay, perfect. So here's my challenge while we have a few minutes left. 5 cold reach outs. So going to your friends, suggested friends, I want 5 of them right now. I think that's all we have to do. But if you get finished with that before this cuts off, I want you to then do 5 responses to stories, okay? So go, right now, go. You're still looking at me, go. 5 cold, go to your suggested friends and reach out to 5 people. Come on, Patricia, you're looking at me. That means you're not looking at your phone. I'm calling you out, girl. I want to know how many people get done. All right, Taryn. So if you've done that, have you done your stories? Have you done friend anniversaries, birthdays? What else? There's a lot of other things that you can be doing.
I just messaged a few people and I invited them to the START opportunity in March. I'm talking to a lady right now. I messaged some people on Instagram and I did stories earlier today. So
all right, you have time to go do 5 more, friends. 5 more. There's no limit, right? There's no limit.
Nope.
Come on, you got a couple more minutes. That's going to be a bonus for the day. Patricia, we can help you with that. I'll reach out to you after. Come on, people. Who's doing it? Who's got one at least? Who's got one done at least? Let me see a hand. Nice, Kenya. I love it. All right, I'm going to get one done while you're. Yell at me if you need anything. I'm going to do a couple right now, too. How's everyone feel about this? I'm going to unmute everyone. Everyone feel good? I got that one. I put that one back on mute. Anyone feel a little, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Patricia? Mm-hmm. Come on, how bad do you want your business to grow? How quick do you want your business to grow? Where do you want to be next year this time? Not the same spot, I know it. I am safe to say, no one wants to be in the same spot that they're in right now this time next year. No one, right? So you got to do things different. You can't keep doing what you've been doing. You got to do things different to grow. And everyone needs what we have, yes or yes? Heck yeah, everyone needs it. I love text replacement too, Stephanie. It is the best. I love anything that saves me time. Being way more direct, yes. Intentional, right? Intentional. We're being intentional about growing our business. We're being intentional about changing lives. That's what it's all about. Playing big. We were made to play big. I love it. You guys are awesome. Everyone's hard at work. Again, remember, don't spend a lot of time if you're searching profiles. Just see something that you like. If not, go to the next one. Those suggested friends list are endless, endless. Find something and send that message. Or if you don't want to do a video chat for a video or a virtual coffee, just say, hey, I would love to chat, right? If you're not comfortable doing a Zoom, just say, hey, I would love to chat and see if we have some synergy together.